more than just a pet. Interview 1, take 1, action.
Okay, so my best friend, she was actually my roommate last year. So we went out to one of my favorite restaurants, which is an Indian place. And we had like a girls' night out, and after dinner, we really didn't feel like going back to the apartment. So she's like, well, do you want to go anywhere else? And we're like, so we stopped at the pet store. And there we found Mr. Biscuits, and we fell in love with him. Well, Mr. Biscuits is definitely more than a pet. He is, I would say he's my child, because I do not have children. And he just fits he fits a special place in your heart. Like, every day you just come home from school and this is literally what I do. I open the door, I go, Beezer, 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 Beezer! And he comes running out, and sometimes he goes over there, and sometimes he's here, and then other days he just like doesn't even care. He's like sleeping. He's like, eh. But most days he just like comes right out, and he's like purring, and he rubs against you. And it just like takes away, I'm not saying I'm lonely, because I have you, but like, when you aren't here, like, it helps with that, like, oh, I'm alone home. Like, I was thinking about that yesterday, how, like, I was, like, in the kitchen, and I was, like, talking to him. Like, literally, I talked to him. And I'm like, what would I be doing if he wasn't here? Like, I feel so, like, alone. I probably wouldn't even, like, be in the house as much just because, like, I don't know, you can't, like, talk to the walls, you know, so... I like to take him for walks. It normally ends up in me carrying him around. I feel kind of bad for animals that are like locked up in small spots. He's very playful. He has lots of energy. So I feel bad when like he doesn't get out of the apartment, and then I take him out of the apartment, and then he's scared sometimes. And so I feel bad, but he's getting a lot better. I've taken him out recently more, and I feel like he's definitely getting a lot better with it. So I take him for walks, and we go through the drive-thru with him. When I go home, I live like an hour away. When I go home, I normally bring him with me, and so normally before that we stop at like Timmy's or a drive-thru and just like get a coffee or something. And he normally goes through the drive-thru with us. And I took him to the pet store the other day. That was interesting.
Mr. Biscuits and we have a very interesting relationship. You could say it's love-hate, and love would be for me. You know, love him, nice guy, great guy, really. And the hate would be on his end. I think here's a perfect example. Me and Sarah, that's Sarah. We were first dating. I was over at her home. I just had a dorm room. Not fun. So I was over at her place.
Side point.
And Mr. Biscuits was there, obviously, as you'd imagine. And she did something. I think she does this thing where she ruffles him up. And basically what this entails is she takes her hands and she just goes all over him. And then he gets very upset because, he's like, people would too. If somebody comes up to you and just mushes your face, you get upset. So he got upset And instead of attacking her, the person who did it, he ran over to me. Remember this. She was in the living room of her house. I was in her bedroom. Why was I alone in her bedroom? Weird. Don't know why. But I was. He runs over to me, scratches my knee.
He bites
scratches,
you, too.
and he bites me. I did nothing. So I think, and really it's beautiful because he has such love for his mom that he cannot show her any ounce of anger towards her. So he has to still vent it though. And in a way, I'm happy that I can be that venting mechanism and just allow him to keep loving her.
His routine, I feel, kind of goes off of like what we're doing. Eat, sleep some more, cuddle. Yeah, that's his routine.
A lot of pooping too.
Oh my gosh, this cat.
Ooh.
This cat. I had cats growing up my whole life. Not to be gross, I've never had a cat that pooped so much as he does. Okay, and it's not even like we feed him. Like we feed him, but we don't like feed him as much as he poops. I don't know where it all comes from.
There's something going on.
Like we have to clean his litter box like every day. We go through so much cat litter. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's insane.
And I went to the vet. That was one of the things, and they really didn't like seem like it was a big issue. And I'm like, that's a lot.
Know what he needs? He needs a coffee enema, where they shove the hose up his anus.
Do you consider Mr. Biscuits a part of your family?
Yes. Like I said, I cherish him as my child. No, literally, I'll explain more. But yeah, completely. Like, I don't understand how you can be with someone like every day and you love them and you cuddle them and you just don't see them as something more than just a pet or just someone more than what you just see every day. I don't know. Like, that's literally what a child does. Like, you come home from school or work or whatever, you see them, you play with them, you feed them, you love them.
They scratch your knees.
They scratch your knees,
All
they bite you.
All childlike things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't understand. Yes, he is definitely a part of our family.